in this video, you're playing around with percentage increase or decrease in price. Pretty straightforward, really, when you think about it. And what you're doing is you're multiplying the number you've been given by a decimal fraction that represents the percentage fraction in terms of percentage. So I'm just going to show you 140 times 0.1 is working out 10% of 140, so 14. So that's how you do it. It's really straightforward. It's very, very simple maths compared to what you're taught in your general maths lessons. So if you didn't buy the iPod last week, when you got back to the shop, they were offering a 20% discount. How much does the iPod now cost? Right. So we're not working out what the 10% off is, 20% off is, like we did above. We're working out what the cost is minus 20%. So what's 100 minus 20 is 80. And 80% as a decimal fraction is 0.8. It's really straightforward. So the iPod is £140. That's a really good deal in today's money. So we multiply 140 by 80. No, we don't do it by 80. We do it by 0.8. And that gives you 112. All right. So I'm just going to do the calculation's always good to give as well. 140 times, I'll do it like an X for you, times 0.8. So you've just passed your driving test, you've been quoted £1,020 for a 1 litre Citroen C1, but as you're a new customer, you've been offered a 15% discount. How much does your insurance cost now? So let's clear that. We type in 1020 multiplied by how much does it cost now? So we want to take 15% away from that. So obviously 0.85 because 100 minus 15 is 85. We want to do 85% as a decimal fraction, which is 0.85. So we press equals, and it's now 867. So 1020, and you always have to write out your calculations. Right, you do actually get extra marks in exam papers. It's always worth checking to make sure that you do that. So multiplied by 0.85 equals, what was that number? I can't remember off the top of my head. 867. It's literally that simple to do these questions. I'm going to do all of them, obviously, so you can check you've got them correct. So you're being offered a discount in comment of 12%. Off a £120 sat nav for your new Citroen C1, how much would you then pay? So taking 12% off the cost of £120. So again, what we're doing here is 120 multiplied by, we want 88% of its original price because 100 minus 12 is 88. So we want 88% of the original price if we're going to take 12% off. So 0.88. We end up with £105.60. So £105.60. Right, moving on to the next one then. PC World has an offer on where they will pay for your VAT. This will give you a saving of 20%. How much would you save on a £900 PC? So again, actually I'm just going to make sure I do the calculation. So 120 multiplied by 0.88. Right. So we're going to do this one now. 900 multiplied by 0.8 because remember we want 80% because we want 80% of the original cost because we're taking 20% off. So 900 multiplied by 0.8 equals 720. A laptop computer is advertised at 500, however you realise that VAT has to be paid on this at 20%. How much do you pay for your laptop? Now this is a new one. This is a slightly trickier one. How you do this is pretty straightforward though. £500 multiplied by its original cost plus 20%. So that's 120%, isn't it? How do we represent 120% as a decimal fraction? We represent it as 1.2. We don't need the zero actually there. So multiply that by 1.2 itself for the 1 and 20%. So 1.2 represents the original cost plus 20%. So 500 multiplied by 1.2 gives us £600. Remember, when you're doing these types of questions in the exam papers, always put the full calculation there. Have we got any more on the next page? Okay, so I'm going to just answer this one quickly. What percentage discount has been given? So, this one's a little bit trickier. So what we're going to do here, this is the sort of trick question type thing. You need to divide 156. No, you need to divide 156 by 200. And we get 0.78. So that tells us what 156 is as a percentage of 200. So it's 78%. I'll show you that again. So we take 156 and divide it by 200. And that gives us, so we take the smaller number and divide it by the larger number. That tells us what percentage of the larger number the smaller number is. What is 100 minus 78? It's 22. So we'll write that out. So 200 divided by, I haven't got a divide sign here, so I'm going to just do the forward slash on the computer. 200 divided by 156 equals 0.78. We need a separate calculation then, right? So 0.1 minus 0.78 equals 22. The answer is 22%. So that literally is that's not going to work. There you go. So the answer there is 22%. So we've divided 200 by 156. We've got the answer 0.78. That now tells us that 156 is 0.78 of 200. It's 78% of 200. By taking that number away from 1, we're left with 22, so that means the answer is 22%.